Okay. Good evening, everyone. How are you doing today? Good evening, online. Good evening, online. Hi, Sonam. Welcome. Okay. So, hope everyone are doing good. Online, can you please confirm? Can you see my screen and can you hear me well? Super. Yeah. Okay. So, good to see you all here. And welcome online and offline. So, I don't think so anyone new will be there today. Anyone new by chance here today? Oh, that I know you. Right? Okay. So, online maybe one or two people. So guys, just continue the class. You'll get the recordings on what we have left few days back. Okay. So let's jump on. What did we discuss in our last class? Okay. So are you ready for shootout? Ready? Okay. So do you all agree that AWS has global infrastructure? AWS has global infrastructure. What AWS is providing? Infrastructure as a service. What AWS is providing? Infrastructure as a service. Good. So where is the cloud? Cloud is present in the remote location. Cloud is present in the remote location. What is there in that remote location? Data center. What does the data center contains? Infrastructure. What does the infrastructure contains? Storage, servers, databases, network, etc. Everything will be there inside the infrastructure. Okay, in order to connect to the cloud, what we need? Internet. Without internet, can you connect to the cloud? No. So we need to have a internet. What is the full form of AWS? Amazon Web Services. Amazon Web Services. What is the definition of AWS? AWS is a cloud provider who provides infrastructure as a service. So what is generally AWS? AWS is a cloud provider only. What is providing as a service? Infrastructure. So if you combine that, that will be a definition of AWS. So AWS is a cloud provider who provides infrastructure as a service. Okay. And then also we discuss about cloud computing, right? So generally computing meaning whatever that you do in your on-premises or in your laptops or local machines, we call it as computing. But instead of doing this computing in on-premises, now you are doing computing in the remote location. So what is that remote location called? Cloud. And if you are doing the computing in that remote location, so-called cloud, that is called cloud computing. Very good. Nice. Okay. And then also we discuss about the deployment models. How many deployment models are there? 3. What are those? Public cloud, private cloud, hybrid cloud. So what is public cloud? The provider services which are accessed by everyone is called what? Public cloud. And what is private cloud? The provider services which are accessed within the organization is called private cloud. Very good. And what is the hybrid cloud? Combination of public and private is called hybrid cloud. Fantastic, fantastic. Can you tell me who is the example of public cloud provider? AWS. Azure also? GCP also, right? And then how about the private cloud? Oracle, not Varagil. Call it as Oracle, IBM, all these things will come under private cloud. So there will not be any example for the hybrid cloud. Hybrid cloud is just a model, right? So if any company is using their own on-premises private and public AWS, then that model we call it as hybrid cloud. And then later also we have so got to know about service models. So how many service models are there? 3. What are those? Infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, software service. Is it good to call it as ASPAS? Don't call it as SaaS. So call it as infrastructure as service, platform, and then software as service. Fantastic. So that was, and it's a small correction, not correction, small add-on in our yesterday's class. So AWS definition is AWS is a cloud provider who provides infrastructure as service. That is what we have learned. So you need to add one more word there now. So AWS is a what cloud provider? Is a public, private, hybrid? Public. Now mix it. AWS is a public cloud provider. So what is AWS? AWS is a public cloud provider who provides infrastructure as a service. So if anyone asks you what is the definition of AWS, then you can proudly say this definition. Clear now? So you can add that who was writing. And by the way, offline, online, everyone. So carry one book and pen. Okay. So mostly I'll be writing everything in the paints. I'll be sharing with you, but it is good to write, have some running notes so that any important points, mostly all important points, I'll write it on the paint only. But it is always good to maintain your own notes as well. Okay. So today let's talk about what? Service models. Let us talk about service models. Cool. Thank you, Vinod. And by the way, how do you access AWS service? AWS is a group of services. AWS is a group of services. And how do you access AWS services? Through Amazon Management Console. Bolo. Amazon Management Console. So how do you access? How do you do the practicals? How do you access? How to create servers? How to create storage? How to create databases? Everything is through Amazon Management Console. Okay, remember that. Don't call it as AMC, Avinash. Okay, so many people doesn't know what is AMC. The shortcut, Amazon Management Console. Please, in interviews, do not use the shortcuts because you're all small babies, no? Babies meaning what? You are small babies in AWS. You're all big guys, more than okay. So, but as here, yeah, in AWS, you are small kids at the moment, right? So for that, why I call it as babies. Okay. So as you are as a fresher or small or 2 to 3 years of experience, always go with the don't go with the shortcuts. Always go with the full forms all the time. Okay. Okay, Nana. Let's move on. So do you all agree that just now you said AWS is a group of services. AWS is a group of services. And how do we access those services? Using? Yeah, we can access AWS services through what? Nana? Amazon Management Console. Very good. Amazon Management Console. Nice. Okay. So let us talk about service models. Okay. So you know, right? I'll be taking as a small more information like story, but it's not a story, but I'm just telling you. But here, just one small information. Do you remember virtual machines? Do you remember virtual machines? Now, virtual machines, you should not call it as virtual. Of course, you can call it as virtual machines, but technically you should call it as instances. Say that. Whenever I say virtual machine, virtual is nothing but instance. Another name of virtual machine is what? Instance. Remember that. I'll talk about that in coming few minutes. So when I say virtual machines, nothing but instances. Instances are also nothing but when I say, guys, remember. So I told you that I'll be giving a small tips also, like in interview. Don't say nothing but in interviews. Nothing but will come mostly from experienced people. Whenever I say, what is a virtual machine? As an interviewer, if I ask a question, if you say, virtual machine is nothing but, then don't say. If you say nothing, then don't say no. Nothing but will represent the arrogant. Okay. So please do not use the wordings called nothing but as a freshers in interviewers. Okay. And for your managers also, remember. Okay. Yeah. Naveen, don't worry. We'll talk about that. Okay. Let's take one person here. Who is that lucky person? Who is Pawan? Huh? Amanna. So Sudha is in Prabhas. Huh? Okay. Okay. So this guy is, let me choose. Huh? So wherever I say like this, huh? And who is that person there? Yeah, this guy. Karthik, huh? I'll take Karthik. I already took your name, right? Before. Cancel. Right? Let's take. Huh? Who is that? Tell me your name, Macha. You tell me your name. Huh? Abbas. Huh? What is the name? You. You? Small name. I'll take small name. Sai. Okay. Okay. Sai. Mr. Sai. So we'll take Sai. So Nana, listen carefully. Sai, assume that he is a client. Who is Sai? Client. So listen carefully. Sai, what he has in his hands? Not now. Now we don't know. Right? Now, in his hands, assume that he has application. What he has? Application. Assume that he has application. So these application can be developed in any language or not? Can you tell me which language? Baba, right? Yeah. So it can be what? It can be Java. It can be .NET. It can be Python, etc., etc., etc. So what this guy has? This guy has a application in which format? Zip format. So he has an application. So that application is a coded application. No, no. So generally, any Java developer or .NET developer, when he developed any application, it's a code, right? Can you directly use the code? If you want to access the application, can you directly use the code? No. So if you want to access the application, what do you need to do? You need to put it into one server. What you need to do? You need to put it into one server. You need to deploy that application and then you need to use the URL to access it. Yes or no? Can you use the raw code? You cannot use the raw code. So all the coding, whatever that you should put it in one of the server. Then only you can access using the URL. Remember. Okay, now what Sai has is in his hands application. What he has? Application. Now he came into the market and started shouting. Arewo, in the market, whoever says that you are pro, you are good, someone take this application, put it somewhere. I don't mind where do you put. Give me the URL to access. Give me the URL to access. Can he access directly the application code? No. So does this guy Sai knows how to deploy on the server? No. But what he's saying, he's just shouting that someone take this application, put it somewhere and give me the URL. This is the question for today's class. You understand the question? You understand the question? So the question here is, I'm repeating, Sai is shouting to everyone in the market saying that please someone take this application, put it somewhere and give me the URL to access. When he started shouting, Manju is saying voice is low. This room is blasting with my voice already. Manju, guys online, can you, my voice is okay? Yeah. Yeah, increase your volume, okay, from your side. Double, okay. All right, Manju, okay, fine. Okay, see here. Now, when Sai shouted, can you please someone take this application, put it into the server and give me the URL? Somewhere from one guy started staring at Sai. And that guy called, hello, Sai, here. Come to me, come here. So Sai went to that person. You know who is that person? So that person is IaaS. Infrastructure as a service. Say that. Infrastructure as a service. That person is IaaS. Okay, now can you tell me who is the example of infrastructure as service? AWS. So instead of now I'm talking, instead of saying infrastructure as a service, such a big word. So can I say AWS? Okay, I'll take an example of AWS. Now who called Sai? AWS called Sai. AWS called Sai and he's telling, okay, Sai, what do you want? Sai said, hey, please take this application zip file, put it into some server, give me the URL to access. That's what I want. And AWS telling, hold on. Let me introduce myself first. Let me talk about myself first. And then you decide. So AWS is telling, hey, Sai, I have lot of things. I have a data center, big data center. What does it contain? See. So AWS in the bottom, what he has a, no, not hardware. So, uh, okay. 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 So here in the bottom, not bottom, he has a network and data center. He has a data center or not? He has a data center. He has a network inside it. On top of it, he has virtualization also there? Remember, he has a virtualization. Remember virtualization. What is that virtualization layer called? Hypervisor. What is the virtualization layer called? Hypervisor. So this hypervisor or virtualization is handled by AWS now. Okay. On top of virtualization, what you can create? Virtual machines. Yes or no? So remember in virtualization topic, if you take a host machine, what is there in the bottom? Hardware. On top of it, what we have? Hypervisor. On top of it, what we create? Virtual machines. What does the virtual machine contains? Hardware, OS, application. So on top of this virtualization, what he has in the bottom? OS on top of it. So he has a data and he has a application. So AWS is telling to Sai, hey Sai, I have my own data center which contain huge network and we are using virtualization. So you can go and create servers on top of my virtualization through Amazon Management Console. Through Amazon Manage. So this AWS is telling, hey Sai, I'll be giving you one console. What is that console name? Amazon Management Console. You log into that console, open that console, and then start creating servers or start creating virtual machines or start creating instances. Start creating what? Instances. So is it good to call virtual machines? No. What should we call? Instances. What should we call in instances? So what does the AWS has in the backend? He has a host machine. Yes or no? In the backend, he has what? Physical or virtual initially? He has a physical host machine. So what is there in the bottom in the host machine? Hardware. Top of it? Hypervisor. What do we have? Hypervisor. Hardware. On top of it, what we have? Hypervisor. On top of it, what we can create? Virtual machines. What you can create? Virtual machines. Tell me, the host machine is managed by? Fantastic. Host machine is managed by AWS. Virtual machines are created by? Customer. Virtual machine. We need to go and create a virtual. If you want server, go and create virtual machine. So where does this virtual machine go and sit? On top of the hypervisor. But do we need to worry about hypervisor? Do we need to worry about the hardware? Do we need to worry about the host machine? No, what we need to do? Go to the Amazon Management Console and click on create instance. Machine will be launched. You getting it? Right? So, Nana, I told you AWS is a group of services. For everything, AWS is having a service. I told you that if you want to create a service, there is a service. If you want to create a storage, there is a service. If you want to create a network, there is a service. Now, what are you creating here? Instances. So there is a separate service to create instances or not? And congratulations, I am introducing the first service in AWS for you, and the service name is EC2. Say that. How did I say? How you are telling? EC2. So what is the service name here? EC2. So what is the full form of EC2? Bolo, bolo. I understand first word, elastic. Next one, you were saying. Tell me, elastic, cloud, computer, compute cloud, cloud computing. That is a certification question. Remember. So EC2 full form is elastic compute cloud. Say that. Elastic compute cloud. So what is the first service that you heard from AWS now? EC2. What is the full form of EC2? Elastic compute cloud. You're getting it? Okay, now tell me, what is the purpose of EC2? What is EC2? EC2 is a service. Let us not remember the definition. Let us try to create the definition by ourselves. Okay. See here. So EC2 is a AWS service. Yes or no? EC2 is a AWS service where we can, what are you creating? Virtual machines. What are you creating? Virtual machines. Now mix it up. EC2 is a AWS service where you can create virtual machines. Simple. That's a pakka interview question. The first thing that the interviewer they'll ask is, Babu, what is EC2? What do you say? EC2 is a, I'll write here. You tell me, I'll write. EC2 is a AWS service where we can create virtual machines. Now, we need to change a little bit definition for it. EC2 is a AWS service where we can, instead of saying create, we should call it as launch. Where we can launch. Instead of saying virtual machines, we should call instances. Now rephrase it now. EC2 is a AWS service where we can launch EC2 instances. What instances? EC2 instances. Where are you launching EC2? Where are you launching instances? In which service? EC2. That's why we call it as EC2 instances. Now, you tell me definition. I'll write it here. Tell me. EC2 is a AWS service where we can launch EC2. Fantastic. That's one of the definition of EC2. Okay. Now tell me, Nana, what is EC2? EC2 is a AWS service where we can launch EC2 instances. Oh, what is instances? Virtual machines. Clear? Now do you need to remember? No. Nice. Very good. So that's why I said I'll be injecting in your brains, right? So you just concentrate the class, everything will be there. Okay. So good one, Nana. So now, which is a service in AWS where we can go and create virtual machines? EC2. So, Sweta, yes, but EC2 is itself a virtual machine. See, EC2 is a service name. What is that? EC2 is a service name. In EC2 service, what we can create? Instances. And what instances are those called? EC2 instances. Virtual machine is world wala, right? So which is a service here? EC2. And in EC2, what are you creating? Instances. Is it good to call create a launcher? Launch. But sometimes I'll say create to adjust. Okay. So what in interview we should say what? Launch. Yeah. Super. Okay. So see, Anana, one important thing. Who is talking to Sai now? AWS. AWS is talking to Sai that, hey Sai, I have a data center. I have a virtualization on top of it. I have so many host machines. What you do is you just open what? Amazon Management Console. Go to which service? EC2 service and launch what? EC2 instances. So whenever our Sai has opened Amazon Management Console, they will connect to the AWS and then he will create the virtual machines here. He'll be creating the virtual machines. Now, super certification in interview question I'll ask. There is a question Vinith is asking. What is the difference between create and launch. Both are same. Both are same. So in console, if you go to console, every day we'll go and launching EC2 instance, but there is a button called launch. There is no button called create. There is no button called create. There is no button called create. Understood? So see, you come for interview, right? You came for the interview, and I'm asking, Babu, can you tell me how to create instances? I say. And what do you say? Sir, we need to go to EC2 service. There we have an option called launch instance. If you say Pusuku create server, gone. That means you have never logged into the console. Because if you have logged into the console, you have done the practicals, you are habituated with the word called launch. So easily as an interviewer, I can easily find out whether you have opened the console or not. You understand? These small tricks are very important, guys. Okay? Because as I'm also an interviewer, I'm just sharing all the tips to you. Okay? Clear? Okay. So what is the service that we go and launch EC2 instances? EC2. Okay. One important question for you, Nana. See here. Who is responsible for network, data center, and virtualization? Is it customer or provider? Customer or provider? Provider. Yes or no? Do we need to worry about data center of AWS? Do we need to worry about the network of AWS? Do we need to worry about virtualization of AWS? No. Who is responsible? Provider. Right? Provider. Now, who need to launch EC2 instance? Customer. Who need to launch EC2 instance? Customer. So remember, so you go and launch EC2 instance. Whatever you do inside EC2 instance, what does the EC2 instance contain? It contains, what does the EC2 instance contain inside? Hardware, OS, applications. Here also, of course, hardware is nothing but they are using host machine hardware. So we have OS, data, application. Say that. Or otherwise, you say like this: application, data, and OS. Say that. Application, data, and OS. Whenever you go and launch EC2 instance, inside the EC2 instance, what is there? Operating system is there. Inside the EC2 instance, what are you putting? Data. Data is nothing but application. So whose responsibility is that? Customer responsibility. Whose responsibility? Customer. So in infrastructure as a service, customers are responsible for what? Application, data, OS. Say that. Responsibility. Because we are going and launching EC2 instance, right? So whatever we do inside the EC2 instance is whose responsibility? Customer's responsibility. Now I am asking a question. In infrastructure as service, customers are responsible for what? Application, data, OS. Say that. Application, data, OS. Again, I'm asking, in infrastructure as service, customers are responsible for what? Application, data, and OS. Okay. If you understand very well, I'll give you one small certification question. You answer it. Okay. Let's say, for example, what is your name? Ali. Ali Bhai is here. So what Ali did, Ali has launched one EC2 instance. He has deployed application inside it. Very good. He did everything there. And customers are accessing the application. Good. Now, some hacker hacked the application inside it. I mean, some hacker hacked the machine inside it, and then he stole the entire data. Now tell me, whose responsibility is this? Is it customer or provider? Hacker hacked the instance, went inside it, and then he hacked the entire data. Whose responsibility is? Customer or Alibaya? No one is saying Alibay because you are scared of Alibay, huh? Pokri Alibay. Huh? Huh? See, Saji is saying Alibay, huh? They're online. right? All right. So I'll give the answer. The answer is provider. Wrong answer. So what is the answer? Customer. And I clearly wrote here. What is customer's responsibility? Application, data, and OS. Whatever you are doing inside the EC2 instance is managed by customer only. So AWS is giving you the infrastructure. AWS is giving the infrastructure. You go and dance whatever you want. And whatever you're dancing is your responsibility. So don't tell to AWS, so you should not tell to AWS that everything your responsibility. No, that's why AWS clearly telling you, Babu, I know that you will be telling all these kind of things. We will get fighting, sir. That's why I'm coming up with a model called shared responsibility model. What model? Shared responsibility model. That meaning, Babu, a customer, you are responsible for this. I am responsible for this. You don't come to my place. I don't come to your place. Correct? Na? What is that model called? Shared responsibility model. Shared responsibility model. Shared responsibility model meaning AWS will not come under your virtual machine. By the way, AWS is telling, Arey Babu customer, I don't have even access inside your virtual machine. Okay, let me tell you one thing. Let me relate this to your example, real-time example. You purchased a flat. You purchased a flat. Flat built by whom? Builder. Entire apartment he built and you purchased a flat. Okay. And then you went inside, you put all your furniture, everything. And you put some gold jewelry also there. Some thief came and he hacked or he stole his your money or your gold there. Now tell me, so theft happened now. Will you call the builder and shout? That is what you have answered before, right? That is how you have answered before. You said provider. Here also, who is the provider here? Builder, no. Will you call and shout the builder that, hey, builder, I purchased your flat and then my money is gone, my gold is gone. And what he'll say? Abhi, haule, put the lock. So builder will give you everything. Whose responsibility is to secure it? Customer. AWS will be providing you everything, but who is responsible to secure it? Customer. That is why AWS is infrastructure as a service. He is providing the whole infrastructure, but inside it, whatever that you do, it is customer's responsibility. You understand the comparison? Understood? Super, Nana. Okay, good. Okay. Question. Virtualization, whose responsibility? Provider. Network, data center security, provider. And data centers, LAN cables, switches, rubber, routers, everything, provider. Virtual machine, customer. Operating system, customer. Application, whatever you put the data inside it. Yes or no? Understood? This is called what model? Shared responsibility model. So guys, here it is like a self-service, Nana. In AWS, everything is a self-service. Self-service meaning AWS is providing you the infrastructure. What you need to do? You know, you go and do whatever you want. He's providing everything. There is buffet. What we do? Whichever you want, you go and eat it. But we don't do that. We'll put everything and we'll waste everything, right? So here also same thing. So guys, remember, AWS has so many things. Whatever you need, you just go and use it. That is called infrastructure as a service. Super. Last question here. In infrastructure as a service, customer service is responsible for what? Application, data, and OS. Super. Okay. So finally, the summary is AWS is telling to Sai, you have application, no? You go and create server. You go and deploy. You do everything by yourself. I will provide infrastructure. That is a summary. I'll provide the infrastructure, but everything has to be done by Sai only. Got it? Now Sai started thinking, okay, so whenever Sai is thinking, yes, Shweta, correct. Sai is thinking that, okay, I need to do everything there, fine. When he's thinking, some other guy from the corner started calling him. Sai, who's that? Who is that? Who is that? Platform as a service. Who is that? Platform as a service called Sai, and then platform as a service is seriously looking at Sai. Yeah. So platform as a service seriously looking at Sai, and then where did you went first? Sai said, oh, infrastructure as a service. Why did you went? You know, right? I don't talk to that person. Because infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, they both are competitors. They both are they don't talk to each other. Example, I'll give one example here. In platform as a service, you know which company is here? Azure. Now AWS, Azure, both are friends or enemies? Enemies. They both are competitors. They both are competitors. Okay. Now, platform as a service is asking Sai, tell me what that guy told to you. And Sai told, oh, infrastructure service. Oh, that guy said he will provide entire infrastructure. I need to go and set up everything. I need to go and create servers. I need to go and deploy. I need to go do everything. Wow, super. He's providing everything. And platform service is seeing at Sai and asked one question. Sai, okay, infrastructure told everything that you need to do everything by yourself. Do you know how to do? Do you know how to do? Sai, do you know how to create server? Sai, do you know how to deploy application? Sai, do you know how to secure the application? No. Then how do you do? How do you do? How do you do? Then Sai says, correct, no? I don't know all these things. Then platform service telling, Sai, don't worry. I'm there for you. Sai, what is there in your hands? Application. Give me that application. Give me that application. I'll do everything for you. What do you need to give? Only application. And platform as a service is also telling to Sai that, hey Sai, I also have the same setup what infrastructure has. What infrastructure has? I also has a data center. I also have what? Storage. I also have a virtualization. You can also create virtual machines. But here, does the Sai need to create virtual machine? No. Who will create virtual machine? Who will take care of the operating system? Provider. So who will take care of the operating system here? Provider. Now tell me, customer is responsible for what? Application and data. Because what he has in his hands? Application and data inside. That's it. So what customer need to provide? Only application. That's it. Do you need to worry about the servers? Do you need to think about the servers? Do you have any control on the servers? Everything is managed by provider. Now here I'm writing network virtualization including operating system. Who is responsibility? Provider. Here, this one, customer. Super. And you just need to provide what? Application. Everything will be done by the provider and give the URL to access. That's it. Do you need to worry about the servers here? Here, no need to worry on the servers. Nana, do you have any control? Do you have control on the servers? No control on the servers. Everything is managed by whom? Provider. Everything is managed by whom? Provider. So Sai is happy or not? Does the Sai need to create servers to deploy application? Nothing, right? Whatever he has, he will say, Sai will say, hey, take this application and then simply relax. Have drink. I mean, Pepsi, Coca-Cola, whichever you want. And then relax. Right? Okay. So now in this case, customers is responsible for what? Application and data. Customer is responsible for what? Application and data. Now Sai understood. Next, other person is watching at the other end. Who is that guy? That guy said, hello, Sai. Da? Huh? Yeah. So now what is the last guy here? Software as a service. Software as a service called Sai and asked, hey Sai, tell me what those two people said. So I said, oh, who is that? Oh, infrastructure platform. Huh? Oh, infrastructure, he's providing the entire infrastructure. I want to do everything by myself. Whereas platform, I no need to do anything, just to provide what? Application. And by the way, Sai is asking, Sasu, Sasu, what will you do for me? And Sasu said, I'll do everything for you. Okay, very good. Take this application. No need. I don't need your application. I will provide application to you. Arey no re, my application green color. Hey, my application red color. Take red color only. No. My application has the banner. Hey, whatever I am providing, you use it. Right? So I want my application. No, I have my own application. Shut up and use it. That is what called software as a service. So the provider has developed the entire software. You just need to use it. Do you have any control on it? Do you have any control on application? Do you have any control on data? Do you have any control on anything there? No. Everything is managed by provider. So application, data, OS, everything is managed by provider. Application, here, data, and then OS. I'm coming to that point. Okay, Vinit. And entire thing is managed by whom? Provider. So should I tell you who is the example for this? No. Salesforce. Have you heard about Salesforce? Salesforce will come under software as a service. So you don't need to do anything there. Just to use it. An example. I'll tell you a few examples also. Do you know Gmail? Gmail. And then the WebEx that you are using now. Zoom, Dropbox. Everything will come under software as service. That means they are providing a software. Let's say, for example, you have Gmail. You open the Gmail and then you just need to use it. Yes or no? Can you do any can you do any changes there? Instead of compose, can you rename to write email? No. Whatever the provider is providing, you just need to use it. That is called what? Software as a service. Everything will be handled by whom? Provider. You understand this? Online, is this clear, Nana, till here? Everyone clear? Okay, so let me just see what are the things that we have. How many types of service models we have? 3 types. What are those? Infrastructure as service, platform as service, software as service. In infrastructure as a service, customers is responsible for what? Application, data, and OS. And which is the service in AWS where you can create virtual machines? EC2. What is the full form of EC2? Elastic Compute Cloud. What is the definition of EC2? EC2 is a AWS service where we can launch EC2 instances. What are virtual machines called here? Instances. Very good. So in infrastructure service, do we need to worry about the data centers? Do we need to worry about virtualization backend? No. So do we have, so does the AWS has access inside your virtual machine? Answer is no. I'll also write here AWS doesn't have any access inside your virtual machine, or you can call it as EC2 instance. Good. So in platform as a service, customers are responsible for what? Application and data. Do you need to worry about the servers? Do you have any control on the servers? Let's say, for example, Sai has given the application to the provider in platform as a service. Sai said, hey, provider, I want to change one option. Give me access to the server. Will he give? What the provider will say, Sai, whatever that you want to do, just tell me, I'll do for you. Do you have any control? No, you don't have control. Right? And whereas in software as service, do you have any responsibility there? Everything is completely responsible by provider. Okay, now you might get some, okay, out of this, which one we are using? Infrastructure, platform, or software? In our course, which one we should be using it? Infrastructure, because who is there in infrastructure? AWS. So AWS is infrastructure as service, right? So that meaning we are using here infrastructure. Now you might have a question, sir, in infrastructure, everything we are doing by ourselves, yes or no? See, sir, in platform as service, just upload, everything is doing, no? Can't AWS will not do that. AWS is meant for only infrastructure. AWS is not giving platform. AWS is not giving software. Yes. Good thing is AWS is also providing platform as a service. So guys, here there is a best example. Let me introduce you another service in AWS, and that service name is Elastic Beanstalk. Say that. Elastic Beanstalk. Say that one more time. Elastic Beanstalk is another AWS service. And what this service will help you know, it is used to easy and quick deployment of applications. It will work like a platform as a service. In platform as a service, do you need to worry about entire servers? No. In AWS, there is a service called Elastic Beanstalk. Go to Elastic Beanstalk. In Elastic Beanstalk, will ask, hey Babu, what do you want? Hey, I have my application. Can you deploy? Yes. Give that, upload that application and just keep quiet. Everything will be done by whom? Elastic Beanstalk. So that is like a platform as a service or not? If AWS is providing everything, what is the necessity of going to Azure? Huh? समझ में आई? Huh? है कि नहीं? Huh? Yes. So what is the definition of Beanstalk? Easy and is very interested. Okay. Easy and quick deployment of applications in AWS. Say that, Nana. What is Elastic Beanstalk definition? Easy and quick deployment of applications in AWS. Okay. Should I give you one more example of all these things? Infrastructure, platform. So Raj is asking, in platform, sir, who is responsible for hacking? Okay. So yeah, you tell me, in platform as service, anything which is related to application, whose responsibility is that? Customer. Anyone who hacked your application, whose responsibility? Customer. Anyone who hacked the machine? Provider, because machine is handled by provider. Raj, okay? Okay, now. So, Kishore, sir, if interviewer asks which services we worked, we should answer, yes, you can answer all. So because in AWS, we have infrastructure also, platform also, software also. Okay, now, yes. Now let me give you a good differences between it. Infrastructure as service, platform as service, software as service. Now, assume you have a mood, you want to eat biryani. Okay, that is a requirement. What is the requirement? You want to eat biryani. If you want to eat biryani, there are multiple ways, correct? Number one, first way is you prepare everything by yourself in your home, right? It's your fire, your vessels, your stuff, your ingredients, everything is yours. You need to do everything by yourself. That is infrastructure as a service. So that meaning everything will be done by you. Second thing is what? Platform as service. Platform as service meaning if you want to eat biryani, go to restaurant. Go to restaurant. In restaurant, go order it, eat it. Do you worry about the kitchen? Do you worry about the back end? Do you worry about how it is getting prepared? Do you have access to it? What is your job? Eat biryani, pay and come. That is called platform as a service. And last one, software as a service. Zomato order. घर में बैठो, order करो. गपा गप खा लो. Right? So you just order, right? And then just enjoy the food at home. Do you need to worry about anything? No, that is what? Software as a service. Now the question for you here is, which service models has lot of jobs? Infrastructure, platform, software. Software. Tell me. Huh? Tell me. I'm asking the question, which service model has a lot of job opportunities? Infrastructure, platform, software? Software. Okay. So let us take your example here, software. Okay. I'll make you to answer it. Okay. If you take a software as service, everything is responsible by provider. What will you do? Bolo. What will you do? Tick, 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 use it. Huh? What will you do? Nothing. No, if everything is handled by provider, what will you do? Nothing. Okay. Coming to the second part. What is that? Platform as service. In platform as service, customers are responsible for what? Application data. Tell me who will be developing applications? Developer. Developer in Java, Baba, he'll do the nice coding, getting everything, and he will upload to the provider. Provider will do everything for you. What will you do? What will you do? Encourage? Will you encourage the developers? Hey, good, do well, good coding, Java, Baba, karo. Huh? What will you do? Encourage, right? So coming to infrastructure as service, developer will develop the application. Who will create servers? We. Who will deploy applications? We. Who will secure it? We. Who will deploy entire architecture? We. Who will create databases? We. Who will set up the entire project? We. We have a lot of scope in infrastructure. That is why AWS is there. And now tell me, which service model has a lot of job opportunities? Hence, proved. Yes or no? Clear? Online? Super. So, guys, I bet today if you go home and go to internet and check in your phones, what is infrastructure service, platform as service, software service? They will give this much big definitions. You don't even understand what is that. But do you understand clearly, technically, the differences between all these things here? Super. So someone is asking Elastic Beanstalk. Now tell me, which is a service in AWS works like a platform as a service? Elastic Beanstalk. What is the definition of Elastic Beanstalk? Easy and quick deployment of applications. Go and tell Beanstalk. What? Deploy my application. Upload. Click. That's it. Don't do. Just sit back and relax. So Sajid is asking, what is the difference between EBS and PAS? What is EBS here? Don't call Elastic Beanstalk as shortcut as EBS. Did I told you to call EBS? No, because EBS represent another topic in coming days. Don't call EBS. Call it as Elastic Beanstalk is a service that will come under platform and service model. Sajid. Okay. So in infrastructure, it will be on premises, right? No, Sai Pavan. On-premises, are we using on-premises anymore? No, Sai, we are not using on-premises. We are moving to the cloud, right? Yeah. Okay, can you tell me which are the two services that you have learned today from AWS? EC2, Elastic Beanstalk. What is the full form of EC2? Elastic Compute Cloud. And what is the next service? Elastic Beanstalk. What is common between these two? Elastic. What is common between two? Elastic. Yes or no? What is elastic? Huh? Uh-huh. So, what is that elastic? Of course, flexible, scaling. People will say elastic meanings are scaling, what stretching. But technically, do you know what is elastic? Why AWS using elastic? We don't know, right? So I'm there for you to teach all these things. So now, in tomorrow's class, I'll be teaching you very important subject, which will be helpful in AWS to deploy the applications, to maintain the applications, right? The 3 T's. What is the topic? 3 T's. Not those Rangu, Ruchi, Chikatanam, not those 3 T's. Okay. So this is different. Elasticity. Say that. Elasticity. Number 1. 2. Scalability. High availability. So mainly 3 T's. What are the 3 T's? Elasticity, scalability, high availability. Majorly 3 T's. There are so many other T's also. Flexibility, reliability, usability. There are so many T's. Forget about all those T's. Mainly 3 T's. What are those here? Elasticity, scalability, high availability. So what are the 3 T's? Without knowing the elasticity, scalability, and high availability, you cannot deploy applications in AWS. You cannot work on AWS. Very, very, very important topic. And tomorrow we have class. Saturday. Okay. Tomorrow we have class. And in tomorrow's class, I would say it is super important. Do not miss the class. Nana, tomorrow, if you miss it, you have missing something. I'm telling you. Till now, you can manage. But tomorrow, don't miss the class. Because if you miss the class, you will be missing something. Because tomorrow, we'll be talking about the powerful topic, the 3 T's. That too, high availability is very important. Because if we have an application, how to make that highly available to customer, we need to know the architecture. So do not forget to come to class. Okay. Super. Online, don't leave the class until I say, let me take your question. I'll give time, Nana. I'll give time to take the screenshots. Okay. Let us take the questions. Okay. Okay. So in Azure, we also create and start in serverless data is safe to use Azure as fast. Yes. So once is saying, guys, remember, see, AWS is meant for infrastructure as service, but AWS is coming and also telling, hey, customers, I'm also providing platform. Don't call me infrastructure as service. I'm also providing platform. But customers saying, hey, you are our infrastructure only. How many also you provide? You are my infrastructure only. Riyaz sir will teach AWS. Riyaz sir will teach DevOps. Riyaz sir will teach Linux. So you will be call as AWS Riyaz sir or DevOps Riyaz sir. If AWS Riyaz sir, okay, right? So here you love to call AWS Riyaz sir or DevOps Riyaz sir. Will you love to call some other if I'm providing anything else extra? No. So here also AWS is meant for infrastructure, even though he is providing platform also, software also. Similarly, Azure is providing platform mainly, concentrating, but doesn't he provide infrastructure? Yes, Azure will also provide infrastructure, but he's meant for platform. Is meant for platform. Similarly, software service, forget about it. Okay. Next, Subhanshu, that is for you. Elastic means that we need application. Sajid, correct. Sir, any resource that we should refer, or you provide the set for the certificate. Resource, Shweta. Guys, next couple of 3 months, who is your resource? Myself is resource. Okay. No YouTube, no dummies, no demis. No books, nothing. Just my classes are more than sufficient. Okay. Don't put your legs in two boats. You know what is that? Two padavas are there, two boats. You put one leg here, you put another leg here. What will happen? Boom, boom happen. So very dangerous. For that reason, be in one boat, that is Riyasar boat, and you will reach safely to the destination. Okay. But yes, it is not. It is good also to go and verify something. But once I complete the topic, then you can go and check the references. But before completing the topic, don't check it, because their style, my style is different. You will get confused. That reason. So guys, don't bother. Let's enjoy the class simple. Okay. Sajid. Yes, Sajid. Will you help creating AWS? Yes. I'll be helping you I'll be telling you how to create AWS accounts and everything, but not now. When time comes, I'll tell. Okay. Why customer not much offers are, even though provides take care of everything, but you don't have flexibility there, no, in software as service. If you want to do anything else, do we need to do? We cannot do anything. Everything is managed by provider. Why DevOps with AWS? Why Azure DevOps? Why not Azure with DevOps? Okay. AWS DevOps with AWS, it is the high level of technology at the moment. So I'm telling you, number one cloud provider is AWS. Number two will come as Azure. There is no harm learning Azure also, but go with first AWS, because AWS console is very nice, easily understandable. But if you go to Azure, anyone saw Azure console? Everything is like, it's hard to. But the good thing is, if you learn AWS, Azure is also very simple, because AWS, Azure, GCP concepts are same, only names are different. Okay, like generally in our home we call it as coffee, but if you go to restaurant, I saw some meme. Some guy is saying with different names of that coffees, right? But the name is same, no? Yeah, yeah, cappuccino. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Okay, fine, fine. Okay. Okay. Yes, Balaji, we will. We will. Harish, that's only chat at the moment, Harish. I'll be taking all your questions, okay? That is, Mahesh, that is in-house model. So that meaning you have Dynatrace, or you can go. That is also a monitoring tool, right? So if you go for Splunk and all, you can go with the cloud base also. You can have your software in-house also, in-house model, okay? But that is based on licensed, Mahesh. In software service, data is handled by provider. If not, data always owned by client. Provider. Subhanshu, in software service, data is handled by whom? Provider. Now you have example, Nana. Gmail is there. You have sent emails. All the data is managed by whom? Provider only. Are you responsible for that? All of a sudden, your all emails got deleted. Is your responsibility? No, provider's responsibility, right? Yeah. So, we'll go with Trello if required, Harish. If required, Jira also we can do if possible. Yes, Azure is from Microsoft. Any other questions, Nana, online? And by the way, online people, I think everyone got enrolled, but those who have not enrolled, so please make sure, online people, link might change soon. Please get in touch with your admin and complete all your process, okay? Tomorrow we have class. Do not miss the class, please, okay? Offline people, I think everyone will come, I know. But online people, please take your time and do it. Can we clear dev exams in 70%? Yes, it is possible, Sai. GoDaddy come under platform as service? Yeah. Yeah, it is providing, yes, we can say that, platform as service, Harshal, because it's providing certificates, domains, everything, right? Yeah. Any other questions? Monisha, examples of infrastructure service our AWS only. That is our best example. Okay. So WebEx, Gmail, all these things will come under software. That's why I gave it as software. Okay. Sir, I servers created there is one create just sir. Yes, correct, Naveen. That's good. Guys, I understood Telugu also. If you are worried about asking the questions in English, just put it in Telugu. I'm good in Telugu also. Hyderabad Hindi chalta hamare. Yeah. Difference between AWS DevOps and AWS SysOps sets. Can we go with the DevOps certification? See, Naveen, difference between AWS DevOps and AWS SysOps. DevOps is different, SysOps is different. All these ops. You heard about ML ops, in FinOps. There's so many ops. Okay. Yeah. I know, sir, you are from Nellore. Same Nellore. Okay. Yes, I am from Nellore. Yeah. You understood Hindi? Yes, I understand very well. So AWS DevOps, SysOps means mostly on managing the systems. DevOps is mostly deploying the applications and managing the entire infrastructure. That's a difference. Okay. Any other questions online? Anything that can help you with? Do you conduct any assessment? I will be conducting mock interviews. Okay. So yeah. Sonam, yes, Nana, you can. Any other things? All right. Any other things that you need to know from me before you do the enrollment? New people. So new people in this course, we will go with AWS. We'll go with DevOps, and also we'll go with AWS with DevOps also. Can I get your number? No, please. So I'm giving my email ID. So please shoot out any questions to me here. I'll be answering those questions. Okay, please. You need to prepare a little bit more, Naveen. HEMA, infrastructure, mostly. Okay, good. So don't miss the class tomorrow. Okay, can you give the final CC for today online? CC with smile, yeah. Smile. Smile is important. No one is smiling. Smile. No wonder, Babu. Yeah. Charles. Good. Okay. So that is all for today. Let's connect tomorrow. What's that? I mean, I did not realize 1 hour went just like that. Huh? Okay. Good. No, Narasimha. No. Okay, so that is all for today. Let's connect tomorrow with the next beautiful topic. Until then, take care, guys. Have a nice day. See you tomorrow. Don't miss the class. Okay. Esa Kyapanan. So my questions are visible. I didn't saw any question, but I'll take your question tomorrow also if required. Okay. Isa. Okay. Sorry if I pronounce it wrong. So, okay. So that is all. Let's connect tomorrow, guys. Don't miss the class. Okay. Online. See you tomorrow. Good night.